Well, good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Rumble, and happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing? Having a good week so far, I hope. I am having a pretty decent week. And Thormurn is having, well, a week. Let's just put it that way. So he has agreed to help out the Uch-Luth here, hoping to earn enough trust with them to get help for the Grey Company. This may be a very tall order, but we're going to get started, and we're going to see what we can do. Now, right off the bat, there is somebody in here we need to talk to. Ah, over here. Hello, drive-by. You say hi all. Happy Tuesday. Rumble 1 minute and 34-second delay. Yikes. That much of a delay. Wonder why.
I have naught to say to you, Devotiad.
Enedwaith gave you this. I will tell you what I told him. I cannot repair it. I do not know how. Smiths forged it to such a temper, but anything I could do to it would make the steel so brittle that it would shatter at the first blow. If you want this weapon repaired, go to Forest Combe. There is rumor that a mad dwarf lives there still among the ruins. Perhaps he can repair it. Alright, so that sword we can't take care of here. But there are rumors. Interesting. We'll not worry about that for the moment. Do have some patrolling to do. Patrol some of the Cartreves. And drive by on the Rumble side says hi all. Apparently that still did not work. I did not hear it. Check that out real quick. Now let's connect it. Yes, it's set up. So, whatever step I'm missing, I'm missing. I don't know. And since I'm using the free version of Rumble Bot, I'm pretty limited in what I can do anyway. So, I will keep an eye on the chat. Hopefully I am not missing anything by more than a minute or, well, 3 or 4 minutes. If I do, it's not intentional. We need to, that's one of the Cartreves ahead that we need to scout. Of course we're doing this all at night. Beautiful sky though. This Cartreve remains inhabited. So, they are currently fine. Woohoo! Good news! half-orcs. Oh, we gotta kill some half-orcs? Well, that's easy. Besides, I want the skill tokens anyway. Which, no, I did not manage to get on Thormurn to get any more, so he has what he had last time, which is... as soon as I kill this half-orc. Where are they? 78. So he's starting off with 78 steel tokens. And I think he just got one. I discovered a helm of the White Hand. Okay. So we have discovered some proof that these orcs are working for the White Hand. And we have discovered a Caltrev has been burned to the ground. That is not good. Oh dear. There were people still inside this too. Very not good. That's the first time I've ever actually bothered to look inside it. Looks like the whole family was in there still. What are you doing out of your hole? You're kidding, right? I'll have you know, caves are more than just holes. There are large, elaborate networks. Especially when dwarves have something to do with them. Whoa! Got really dark here. Okay, that's better. You have found a sword of the White Hand. So apparently we have found proof of the White Hand's involvement with the half-orcs. Sharky will have your head for this. And a name, Sharky. I've discovered Cartrev Matho. And it has been burnt to the ground. Although it looks like perhaps the people living at this one got away. Now we have one more to find. Should be... trying to do this without looking at the map 4 million times. Ah, right down there. Oh, that was a very elegant slide down. Good job, Thormurn. You have discovered Cartrev and Lum. And this one appears to be abandoned. So it's still intact, just abandoned. And we completed the deed Cartrevs of... cannot remember what. Cartrevs of Enedwaith, probably. Deed completed. Yep, Cartrevs of Enedwaith. Probably gets us like 5 LOTRO points. And I got us the title Homesteader of Enedwaith. 5 LOTRO points. And where did we get change and maybe with the Algreg? It looks like we're neutral with them instead of just them being outright hostile. We got a couple we can turn in right off the bat, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Half orc boss. Boss of what? Getting your butt kicked? I mean, I can be the boss of that. Is it in the game anyway? Oh, maybe I should probably just kill this guy first. There. Then load predict in game time. It is late watches, so we got a few minutes and it'll be before dawn. It'll be getting bright out soon. Need to go in here. And kind of disturb everybody.
What have we to say to each other, Devodiad?
It is good that Harnon's home remains whole, as does Emlyn. I only hope that Emlyn escaped the wrath of the half-orcs. Alas for Bureth, Matho, and their families. I thank you for your assistance, Devodiad.
As long as the sun shines, you are welcome here.
You have fought bravely on our behalf, Devodiad. I have little doubt that these raiders owe their allegiance to Isengard, but that matters little if they force us to concede to Saruman's demands. You have bought us some time and shown us the strength of the Northman. I shall try to convince Glenn Brennan to remain neutral for as long as we may.
I have naught to say to you, Devodiad.
This is it, then. Now we know for certain that Isengard has sent these devils upon us to force us to heal. Neither I, nor any among my fellows who dare count themselves men, shall speak in favor of this emissary from Orthanc. I do not know what the future holds for us, Devodiad. It may be that in season's time, all of Enedwaith shall be burned and barren, but at least we shall die as stalwarts and not as cowards. So we got one more left to do, and that's that guy's weapon. I think it's not a sword, but an axe. And we can't get that repaired anywhere except Thor's Comb. We also seem to have a random quest to defeat Anad Helgi at night, which I think it's probably too late to do. Oh yeah, we're not gonna be able to get there in time, so we're just gonna take that off the books for now. We'll have to wait until it's like evening or night to go after that one. We need to explore the dwarf halls of Thor's Comb. Or Thor's Comb. So let's find our port to Harndarian. Get us a tiny bit closer. Not a ton closer, but a tiny bit. A few steps. A couple minutes. Okay, it was a handy excuse for me to have a sip of coffee. Now, we're heading out. Wrong way, I think. Yeah, because it keeps wanting me to go back to Lanuk about that axe. Except we don't need to go to Lanuk about that axe. We need to go to Thor's Comb. We need to go this way. Into an area where Thormurn can surely get his behind kick. Depending on what he runs into. Complete it! Dunlending Slayer. Nice. Now we're on the advanced version. I have no idea. I've forgotten how many that is. A lot of Drake Uch here. These are the guys that have been harassing the Uch-Luth. So these are Dragon Clan. I'm going to make dinner. Country fried steak. That sounds yummy. Ooh. Like, look at what we're killing. So I have a question for the ages. Brown gravy or country gravy? What, for country fried steak? Honestly, I guess it depends on what you're in the mood for. I mean, my preference would be a brown gravy, but more like an onion gravy. Or a mushroom gravy. But that's just me. I'm weird. Okay. Messenger. Remove soldier. Both dead. Oh, hello. Die. Thanks. I accidentally clicked on the Forge Master for the legendary weapons before we started, and it turned out that it was time to reforge Thormurn's weapons again. Currently, he's still fine because he's nowhere near level 95. But if I'm right, and I've read things right, once you're past level 95, you have to start re-slotting traceries. So you have to get all new traceries for your weapon. And your old traceries will not provide any benefit any longer. Which I think is the utterly most bullshit thing I have ever heard, and I did not like the new LI system to begin with. I really don't like it now. In fact, I have an older character, a level 146 hunter, that I just got her new LIs for the very first time. Yes, it's been a while since I played her. And we just killed a Gwibberling. But because she's level 146, as soon as she reforged her brand new little LIs, they automatically went up to level 146. Well, there is nothing in Rivendell she can use for her weapon. I have no clue where to go to get traceries for her weapon. You see that thing? That is a quiver. We might be able to handle it. And, quite frankly, I am very frustrated with the process right now. So if you've started a character after the new LI system got put into place, and you've grown with it, you have very little problem. But if you had old characters that were already high level, and you've had to acclimate them to the new LI system, you're probably having problems. Especially with a character like this, which, I'll be quite frank, did not do a whole lot of questing. So, you know, if she's never done Rohan or Gondor or any of that stuff. I don't know what to do. It's like, at this point, she's completely gimped. I can't do anything with her. And before the new LI, she actually had, shortly before that, received a really nice pair of first age LIs made by a friend who no longer plays the game. And I was honestly hoping to hold on to them for a while because, you know, sentimental reasons. Can't even do that. Because now, those LIs are nerfed into the dirt. They do 0 damage, they have 0 legacy benefits, they do nothing. So yeah, while other people may really like the new ally system, I'm not one of them. I'm using it because Thormurn's got him. Medriel has them. Marceline has them. Any characters in the future will get the new allies, but all my old characters, I'm not gonna bother grinding to try to get all my old higher level characters new allies, because it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Really sad. Waterfall. How the water stays so flowy even in this frigid cold. Maybe it's not as frigidly cold as I think. Oh, yeah, I don't want to fall off that bridge. And we have made it to North Peak. And I found the dwarf marker at North Peak. Nice view. So let's go inside and see if anybody's home. So I guess that it must be Thor. I will talk to you in a minute. Hello? This is a dwarf axe. Whence did you steal it? From a man? Where did the man get it? From his father? This man's father was a dwarf? Well, you should have said so to begin with. I would gladly repair this for my half-brother. This shouldn't take long. Here you go. Okay, so that was instantly fixed. Really?
Huh? Who's there? Who is it? Huh?
The dwarf peers forward, but his eyes seem unable to fix upon you. The soup is cold, Hervin. The soup is cold. Set it atop the fire. Ah, yes. 3:20. The dwarf wheezes, his beard fluttering slightly with the exhalation. Brings his hand up to his mouth as if holding a ladle and sips at the air. He pays you no more heed.
Welcome to Zudrakan, traveler. I should apologize for old Nar.
I should apologize for Nor. He is very old, I know not how old, and his mind wanders. He has experienced a great deal of hardship and pain, but he has remained here while all others have left. All save Frithgar, that is. You explain why you have come and ask Frithgar about Wadu. He nods with recognition. Yes, the Dunlending. He came to speak with Nor some time ago. Nor was more aware that night than he usually is, so I marked the visit. The two ventured into the mine beneath these halls. I'm sorry, but I do not remember anything else peculiar about the visit. There is a brew I can make of several ingredients found throughout Forest Coombe. The vapors of the brew seem to make Nor more aware of his surroundings. If you bring me these ingredients, the brew may allow you to speak with Nor directly. I will need several handfuls of the whole wolf herb, some Eatum mudu flowers, and the variety of nut called kibuluwa. Take the list of ingredients and where they can be found. Okay. Hello.
We have delayed too long already. I am ready to go.
And no, we're not doing that right now because that actually moves us forward into Dunlun, which we're not ready to do. Not even close to ready to do. Trying to get our reputation and stuff here. Not rush through the place. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not just getting on a horse to do this, very simple. I have a bad habit of falling off things like this bridge. So, staying on foot gives me a slight bit more control. Need to go find a bunch of herbs and stuff. There's our bridge over there. And we're gonna go ahead and eat something because, just in case. If I remember right, one of the ingredients is over here somewhere. And we should be getting them from these guys here. Yeah, this is the Kibble-the-Was. Okay. He reset. And he's resetting again. There we go. Ah, the guy reset twice. And another mysterious relic. On the slope stands an evil-looking relic. As you examine the relic, you are suddenly held in the grip of a complicated sensation. Feelings of sickness, anger, and fear rush through you, and just as it seems it must be too much, they pass. You're left feeling weak and weary, and the relic keeps its secrets to itself. What do you think it is?
What can I do for you?
I think it is trouble. There are many ancient relics to be found throughout these lands, but this one fills me with foreboding. And not just me. See how the Gribbers shun the place. I wonder why. I do not like this Thormurn. It is clearly a relic of evil, but what its purpose may be, I cannot fathom. Does its presence have here signal some new danger to the Great Company? I don't know. Complete it. Mysterious relic in Enedwaith. Complete it. Mysteries of Enedwaith advanced. Well, we're moving along with that. Still need to kill the wads. Means we gotta wait for these guys to respawn. For some reason, I only got 2 of them. Unless, wait, there's more up here? Oh, there are more guys up here. That makes life easy. Alright, so we've gotten that. And we had a little fun besides. And I'm pretty sure they have nerfed these guys. I don't recall them being this easy to kill, even if you are higher level than them. Means they have probably killed the other, or nerfed the other big threat here too. We haven't even seen yet. Now, our next thing, don't know which one we're getting next. Sport then. You can do that. By the time we get done with this, we might be halfway done with the advanced Dunlending Slayer deed. We'll definitely be up a few skill tokens. I'm trying to hold off looking at until a little while later. I get the feeling you've only gotten 5 or 6 so far. We need from these guys. Okay, these have the oval Hurons. to come back for a quest here later. For the boss here. That guy. For now, we'll leave him be. Oh, really? The party! And you all weren't invited. Now we need one more. If I remember right, that last one is around a pond or something. Should be the easiest of the ones to get. So, we should be getting close. About 500 meters. That gives us time to kill a few more of these guys. If I had thought about it, I would have gotten milestone back up to North Peak. But I didn't. The game is being very ungenerous with the tokens today. I've killed, well, okay, I'll take that back. There's another one. I can say I've killed extra of these guys just to get some. Alright, so these deer will attack if you stand around them too long. Just for fair warning. Absolutely will. But this is where we need to go for the final ingredient. And this is the ingredient. We need 6 of them. We got a little bit of lag going on. Woohoo! Ooh. That's not lag, that's just me looking at the sky. Thormurn has done plenty of already. The flowers come out this far. And it does not appear they do. Looks like some sort of a rose bush. Maybe not. Not sure what they'd be then. Oh, hello, gentlemen. I'm sorry, whatever you're selling, I'm not buying it. Thank you. See yourselves out. So we have all the ingredients we need. Closer we to Lanuk. Not close. How close are we to... either way, we're about the same distance. We're gonna go head to Lanuk first. Because not only do we have to turn a quest in, we desperately need to clean our bags. Very, very pretty country. Wild, but pretty. However, oh, he barely took any damage. Nice. Oh, I see Lanuk way, way up ahead. You see it? Pretty big settlement for Enedwaith. How nice this looks. Very wild, very green and blue. You could almost imagine Bob Ross painting this. Just adding that happy little tree. That is for those of you that remember who Bob Ross is. I know it's been a while. Alright, we are back in Lanuk. Very first thing I plan on doing is emptying my bags. I go the right way.
Do not assume to mislead me, Dunedain.
Oh, don't worry, I don't dream of it. But you can buy my junk from me. Like, all my junk. All of it. The last bit of it. Don't care what you do with that after you buy it, just buy it. Got a couple of recipe scrolls, maybe something Thormurn can learn. We got here. Pile of things. Got dollar, and he already knows that. So shoot. Thought I saw for sure something for cook. And he already knows it. So, double shoot. I think I could shove in my vault.
We have little to say to your kind.
Alright, anything I can gather up in here. One item. That's it. That helped a tiny bit. Not a lot. Oh, and that's right. We have overflow too. I think the rest of these scrolls I'm gonna send to Marcelin because I cannot remember for the life of me off the top of my head what she does. I think it's something to do with Metalsmith. Okay, I can leave those in there for now. He already knows those recipes. For these pies, too. An aura, though I don't think she uses ore. Still? That definitely helped. Uh-huh. And if she doesn't eat the recipe, she can sell them, make a little bit of coin. Going to the right place, I think so. Yep.
What is your purpose here, Dunedain?
My father's axe. It is nearly as sound as the day he brought it from the dwarves. You have my thanks, Dunedain. I shall do what I can to dissuade Glynbrennan from aiding Isengard. We of the Uch-Luth should be our own people, not servants of some power-hungry wizard. So we have helped everyone. The Council of Brehor has begun to its deliberations. Do you wish to watch them? Sure. I would love to watch them.
The Council in gathers even now to decide whether to join their brethren to the south in allegiance to Isengard. but they are a proud, isolated people who will not bend easily, even when threatened by the power of the traitor Saruman.
Greetings! Will you remain here long?
The council is prepared to gather now. I do not know what will transpire, but rumors continue to be bandied about. I know you have spoken with many of the Brehor of late. Please remain in the hall during the deliberation, should one of them wish to call upon you for your testimony. But the Council of Brehor now gather to discuss the offer or treaty proposed by Isengard in the name of Saruman the White. I now call forth Wilhelm, emissary of Isengard, to speak on behalf of Isengard. I am Gwillem, emissary of Isengard. I come bearing the honor and goodwill of Saruman in the form of a most generous offer from the Grand Tower of Orthanc, jewel of Isengard. Greetings, Gwillem. Let us hear what Isengard has to say this eve and weigh its portent in this council. Let all present bear witness as Isengard offers its sovereign protection to the people of Enedwaith. Moreover, we offer pacts of trade and commerce that shall enrich the folks of this isolated country. What was once known as the Great North Road shall be rebuilt in anticipation of such trade. It shall reconnect your people with their brethren in the Main of Dunland, who have already wisely chosen to offer their allegiance to Saruman. In regards to the barbarous forces besetting this tranquil region, Isengard extends its strong arm. We shall thwart any aggressor, though they ride from the south under the banner of the Horse Lords, or infiltrate from the north through the devices of the Dunedain, who have long harbored ill will. We are beset with many evils of late, Gwillem, against which we are hard-pressed to defend. Some would grasp at what you offer without ken of the price. We have little to give, and so the price may prove more than we can afford. What is it, then, Isengard would ask of us? Thormurn asks in return that the Brennan of Lanuk accept the sovereignty of Isengard over this realm, extending in the main to matters of trade. All other matters shall remain the province of the Brennan and his council as long as they do not conflict with the greater good of our people. Who cares for your roads or caravans? Few enough for the peddlers and bards who disturb our doorstep, much less the merchants of the south. Build it if you wish. I do not think many would have come to so poor a place. A road may change many things, Niran. The world Saruman envisioned shall have a great many roads and much industry to move upon them. Ha! A wizard's fantasy if I ever heard one. No matter, the road is there. Let Saruman rebuild it if he wishes. This matter of a levy, however, is no small thing. We are no great empire to spend our sons on poor battlefields and count not their loss, nor are our cattle chiefly given to feed soldiers who march in distant kingdoms, nor would we ask you to give them cheaply, yet war is stirring. The Horse Lords are of divided purpose, though their king may yet see wisdom and sign a pact with Isengard. Still rumors now whisper that the king's own son plans his overthrow, as he burns with desire to bring war across the Isen. Should this come to pass, we will need all our strength to halt them, lest we lose these lands, even as you once lost the flowing plains of Rohan to them. This news is disturbing, Gwillem. I would send aid to our brothers in the south against the Horsefolk, but we are ourselves beset. If Isengard can relieve us, then I may be willing to put aside the pride of our people for the sake of such alliance. I believe they can be dealt with swiftly. Such rabble as threatens your land is of no great moment before the strength of Isengard. I wager the mere announcement of our pact will be enough to frighten such brigands from your land, lest they face Saruman's wrath. I would join your wager for what brigand or soldier would dare to disobey the orders of his master in such a matter. Of course, the forces of Isengard are as loyal as may be to the word of Saruman. But I do not like the tone of your voice, Brehords. You imply more than you say. I speak of what many here suspect, Gwillem. These are not simple brigands and wolves that beset our land of light. They wield blades forged in great number. They fight like soldiers, the wargs slaughter man and beast alike, and yet take no carcass. Perhaps you've faced mercenaries then, sent by the decrepit lords of the West who look upon your lands greedily. Or if you mean otherwise, I think you must choose your next words carefully. Then let me speak clearly, lest you mishear my words. For I choose to call them raiders sent from the mountain north of Isengard to force our hand in this very council, and I say they come at the behest of Saruman himself. You claim that Isengard has sent brigands hither. How could you make such a claim against he who leads the Order of Wizards? He who has watched over these lands for years, beyond ken, like a father might his children. Indeed, your words are disturbing, Galdus, and most grave. Have you some proof of your claim? Gladys. I do, Brennan. Thormurn, would you bring forth the evidence you have found upon the battlefield? These were found upon the half-orcs who lead the raiders just a short while ago. They were claimed in battle by Thormurn. And you claim these are from Isengard, that Thormurn the Rise has sent forces against his own people. This is madness, Brennan. Saruman offers peace to all his subjects. You speak over hastily, emissary, for we are not subjects of Isengard yet. We have heard rumors of similar half-orcs who have come into the employ of Isengard to the south of late. Isengard has made many powerful alliances to ensure our prosperity, even with those who have long been isolated and hounded by the old powers of the West, but many are not so allied. Why direct your slander against Saruman, who has been so fair with this offer? I do not wish to offend the emissary of Isengard, but this is no small charge the Behurs levies against you. We are most keen to hear your reply. My Lord Brennan, I beg you not to forsake our alliance upon the word of this Devodiad. These northerners creep about the wilderness, seeking out weaknesses, separating friend from friend, so they may take each in turn like wolves and sheep. What of my counsel then? We cannot be certain of the evidence placed before us. We have but the word of a Devodiad against the word of Saruman in a matter most dangerous. I have seen this northerner fight on behalf of our people, and to my heart deeds speak unfailingly. I cannot place my trust in this emissary who has nothing but words for us. I wish nothing more than to join my countrymen to the south in battle against the horse folk. But I cannot honorably fight beneath the banner of Saruman after he has wronged our people in so cowardly a fashion. I think it best if we see our own herds, Brennan. I trust none of these before me, wherever they claim their allegiance, for none of them mean well for us to my mind. Let them fight their wars elsewhere. Already you know my mind, Brennan. Saruman does not ask, he takes. This entire ploy is of his imagining, and I will not take part in it. I can hear in your tones that this matter has been most wrongfully decided. The Devodiad has poisoned your ears against the wisdom of Saruman. Oh, no, I just brought in my actual proof. And whose wisdom is that has led us to this emissary? This council has deemed your words false. I cannot gainsay them. What offer can you make us now that we must not reject? Your view of this matter is rather unfortunate, Brennan, but I do not see how our situation has changed in the slightest. Let us say that we simply understand each other more clearly now. Isengard still requires your allegiance, and in return Saruman offers his most gracious protection. Though it does seem that we shall have to modify our terms slightly to reflect this new understanding we have come to. However, should you refuse them, I can assure you that Isengard's next offer shall be far less lenient. It will not likely be decided upon in this rather quaint little council chamber. There is no need for further threats. Thrall of Isengard. I think that Saruman's purpose is clear to me now, as his arrogance has grown with his power. Perhaps our countrymen of Dunedain were beguiled, but I see that he moves too surely now, believing none will dare deny him, and yet he shows his hand too early, for in sending such forces as he has, I think he must be occupied elsewhere, or his initial offer would have been more fortuitous. We shall hold here, for your accomplices will soon be called to the south to face the Horsefolk. That much of your story I believe, as Saruman's lust for conquest betrays his intent. But I no longer believe in his strength. Only his words have power, whereas others we have met late have shown the strength of their deeds, and that is truly the only thing worth it. Go fight your war, emissary, but I do not think you will return. For all their villainy, the Horsefolk have always been a people of deeds, and I foresee the downfall of Saruman's deceitful schemes at their hands. You are a fool's fool, Brennan. The power of Isengard is greater than you imagine, and there are other powers that rise in alliance with it, of which you know nothing. But let me show you one last thing. Observe the fate of those who would defy the will of Isengard. Thormurn shall pay for besmirching the honor of my lord Saruman. You have defeated the champion of Isengard. Ha! If that's the power Isengard wishes to see, then we shall count ourselves lucky that we have not chosen to side with him. I think it's best that you go now, emissary of Isengard. You have long outstayed your welcome. You will rue this day. Your pathetic village will be claimed in due time. I shall see to it personally. Go pound sand.
What have we to say to each other, Devodiad?
You have little time, Devodiad. Should the Horse Lords fall to the forces of the White Hand, Saruman will have armies to spare to deal with our refusal of his demands. And I shall have little choice but to swear fealty to Isengard, if he allows me to live at all. Tell your Devodiad friends that they may pass through our lands, but we shall offer them no aid upon their way. Enough! Be gone from my hall, Thormurn. We have other matters to discuss that are not for the ears of Devodiad. And there's still more quests.
As long as the sun shines, you are welcome here.
You have aided us, but it also appears that you have brought great strife to our lands. You may wish to move on before too many of our people blame their woes upon your name. The southern road through the Enedwaith passes through the area known as the Lich Bluffs. Okay. This green land is the ancient burial ground of the Algric clans of Dunland and Enedwaith. These lands have long been a curse, but rumor holds that the outsiders have foolishly built a camp near its bounds. You shall go and warn them of their danger, and tell them to leave our lands if they wish to maintain any peace between our people.
I have not seen your kind before.
Your aid against the half-orcs. Okay, so this is a repeatable. We can kill some more half-orcs.
You are a Devodiad from distant lands. I am not sure what help you
This
can
is
be.
a repeatable we've never done. Defeat wargs and half-orcs at Nan La Glen. Ooh. find equipment on half-orc bosses. Alright, so we just got some dailies out of this. Will help us get our reputation up with the Algreg. Or the men of Enedwaith. Nice! That was kind of fun. Yeah. I like sending the emissary of Isengard running off with his tail tucked between his legs. We need half orcs. We need wargs. We have our bosses. Like that one. But that's not an orc. That is definitely not an orc. Did I just go discover a helm of a white hand on a warg? Okay. I guess they're equipping the wargs with armor too. Cows over there. Don't need them. No, we're still looking for some equipment on a half-orc boss. A couple more wards and whatever half-orc bosses we can find so we get the equipment we need, and let's try not to attack the ox. That did it for the ward. The only thing we need is equipment from one half-orc boss. Maybe that one? Yes. That made life easy. That stopped us right near the settlement.
Rogavar and Kunanun hunt at night.
Fine trophies, Thormurn. I will display them with pride. And we have made acquaintance with Algreg.
As long as the sun shines, you are welcome here.
Another day, another battle. If Saruman thinks we will join him with a boot upon our neck, he should think twice.
You are a Devodiad from distant lands. I am not sure what help you can be.
Alright, so don't need to do that again.
The Uch-Luth requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
So, these, like I said, have become repeatables. We can come here and do them and get reputation with the Algreg. Where are we into acquaintance with them now? Nation. Of Enedwaith. Just a little bit into acquaintance. They're not an easy one to get reputation with. Them and actually the men of the Great Company is easier. We're still like so far behind on Rangers to the Stelden, and we need Elves of Rivendell. Yeah, we're friend, about halfway to ally with Great Company. Now, there is a really tough one to get. I cannot remember what the reputation is, but it involves a little camp in Angmar that's located within Nursgashu. Now that is a place that is hard to get reputation with. Now here's that point where I'm kind of wishing I had gotten the milestone to North Peak. Especially since we're going to be going back and forth there a couple of times. It makes me almost tempted to use a mithril coin, but nah. I'm not going to be that lazy. So, let's work back to Hordirian and ride up to Thor's Kum and get the milestone this time. Let's remove that one. So we'll be focused on the right quest. Because Lich Bluffs is in the opposite direction of where we want to go. Oh, don't want to go that way. Gonna get on an elk. Probably gonna piss a few things off on the way past. Really should be killing them for the skill tokens, but for now, let's get back to North Peak. Whoa! Okay, we're going. Yep. Wow. Managed that without much more than a small crack. I'm amazed. I'm absolutely stunned that we managed to do that. hoping... I think I have to wander along the other side to see what I'm looking for. They're giants. And, Roar's Coombe. Now, I wanted to see one to see if they'd gotten as badly nerfed as the Gwibber did. I get the feeling the answer's probably going to be yes. Probably going to be disappointed. But I do not see one right now. And I'm not chasing them right this moment, so... I'll just have to wait for another time. Yeah, the Gwibber, if I remember right, used to have a lot more, like 10,000 or 20,000 morale. I mean, they were big. Now they're like, what, just under 10,000. Alright, we're gonna try to get up here on the horse without falling off the side. We're gonna try. Not particularly good at that, but we'll try. Oh, how there's still little bitty patches of grass even up this high. Nice waterfalls. Very, very cold, but pretty, but cold. Like, I wouldn't live here. Cold. Thormurn, on the other hand, he's a dwarf. He probably would live here. Okay, we made it across. Woohoo! And our milestone is right here. Go ahead and grab it. And we're going to lose the Ecataragion one, which we don't necessarily need. That is a nice statue. It's a seated statue? It is. Him sitting on the throne. That definitely has to be for. Alright, hello you.
Ah, you have the ingredients. Good.
Alright, you will begin making the potion, huh?
I will set about making the brew, if you do not mind waiting.
I don't have a choice, do I?
It will be a few moments.
Find a comfortable place to wait. Okay.
While Frithger prepares the brew that will restore the sense of our host, an ancient dwarf who has lived long and seen much, our company decides what should next be done.
The water is boiling already, and now I will add the ingredient to collect it. The odor will be quite pungent. Perhaps you should speak with the rest of your friends that have come to Zudragun while it's steeped. The odor is rather unpleasant, but I find that it does clear the cobwebs away when I'm feeling under the weather. It'll be some time before it's ready. So many books, Thormurn, and none of them taken when Norse people left here. It puzzles me. It's clear that many dwarves once lived here, but where they have gone and why is a mystery. I suspect that even Frithger's brew will not clear Nor's mind sufficiently for him to provide us the answers we seek. I do not know what to make of this dwarf, Thormurn. Where did all of his people go? Why would they leave him behind? And what could he have seen that might have had him so addled? Frithgeir seems to be kind-hearted, and it seems to me that Nora would be hard-pressed to survive here for any period of time without him. But there is something not quite right about these two. We are a long way from Evandon, Thormurn. I wonder how our friends are managing in our absence. Ellenglad sighs and looks suspiciously at Nora. I understand why we have taken this brief excursion into the hills, for if Nona is satisfied by what we learn here, our dealings with the Uch-Luth should be made easier. But what can we really learn from this dwarf? He does not seem to even notice us. I have been listening to Nora's ramblings, Thormurn. I have managed to piece together some of his history. I believe he was once a servant or friend of Thror, grandfather of Thorin Oakenshield, and that this was one of their homes in exile. Thror did not return to Erebor, but it seems to me he made another journey, and Nora accompanied him. From his words, I believe they came into danger and... Someone approaches. You! Dwarf, where's the leader of this place? I demand to speak to your chief. Bring a spare mug, Hervin. You mock me, Thormurn. What is going on here? Nona listens impatiently as you explain what the situation in Zudragug seems to be. I want answers for myself. My brother was changed after he came here, and this Nora knows why. He will tell me why, or it will go badly for him. What did you say to my brother Wadu when he came here? Wadu? Ah, he was a brave dwarf. My brother was not a dwarf. Nora, it is ready. I have this for you. It is a strong-smelling stuff, is it not, to your health? Saucy, I am late to the party, but pray all is well this Tuesday evening, Miss Bella and Thormurn fans. Tell me what you said to my brother. Tell me what you said to Wadu. Well, good evening to you, Saucy. Things are going well. Thormurn is, well, mediating between Nona and Nor. As for real life, it's going nicely. I actually have some plants started. I have a bunch of lettuce, some butter crunch lettuce, a bunch of sprouts started there, and 1 or 2 little pepper seeds. 5 demerits for tardiness. Bueller. Nor shakes his head, breathing deeply, the steam billowing out of the mug. Wadu, I know that name. We went to the Fatherlode, where rang the sound of hundreds of dwarf hammers, far below Zudragund. It is curious. I remember walking with Wadu among the great turning water wheels of the Old Father, but I have not seen him since. He is not still down there, is he? You tell Nora that Wadu has been slain, and his beard creases in a frown. Ah, that is a shame. He was most brave, wasn't he? I could take you to the mine if you'd like. I am going too, dwarf. I will go with you, Thormurn. Oh, looks like I got a couple going with me. Are you ready to go to the mines below the hall? Very good. I am ready to show you the way. We are far beneath the earth now, Thormurn, and a feeling has been growing on my mind for some time now. I think someone or something has watched as we descended. I cannot pinpoint it, but I believe some intelligence has observed our passage from Zudragun. Something else has made me uneasy. How much of Frithger's brew has already consumed, and how much remains? The dwarf has been alert for our descent, but what happens when the steaming brew has been exhausted? Just the stuff. Now stop dallying and follow me. We're almost there. Glad your garden has started. I planted some kukuza vines the other day. Not sure if you ever heard of kukuza. It's a type of squash. No, I haven't. Not that particular squash. I usually mostly do like just the yellow crookneck and spaghetti squash. I do like butternut and acorn, but I don't think I've not tried to grow those yet. The only squash I so far don't like is zucchini. Why are none of the bats attacking Nor? I probably don't like the smell of the stuff he's drinking. I do not like this. Why do the bats of the cavern not attack the dwarf? Why does he walk among them without danger? Baldu came into this mine full of fear and uncertainty. What happened here, that he emerged from it with courage. Courage would lead him to his death. The longer the journey takes, the more questions it poses, Thormurn. I want to be above ground again, in the sunlight. Why yes, the braids of your beard are particularly well done this day. It is the smell of the brew that has kept the bats from attacking Nor. We should hope that it was not, for he seems to have exhausted it. A few drops may remain, but the odor is much less than it was, and he seems to be falling once more out of awareness. Eldon shakes his head. There's a gate ahead, and if I have learned anything of dwarves, it is that such a gate certainly has a lever somewhere to open it. Find the lever and return to us, and we will proceed. I fear that this journey will soon end in failure, for without a guide that can speak to us in ways we understand, what can we hope to learn here? Alright, so we need to find the lever, throw it. And we don't necessarily have to kill the cave claws, since they won't bother us unless we hang around them for too long. Oh, this way. Oh, not that way. That way we're gonna fall to our death and have to start over. It's not really something we want to do. Oh yes, this way, right here. I don't know why the lever would be way up here. The lever squeals with disuse, then slides into place. Ooh. Down we go. One lone cave claw that we left alone. The gate stands open, but your friends are gone. Are they below? Probably. I'm sorry, we did not wait, Thormurn. But Nar gave a shout and ran forward when the gates opened, and we did not want to lose him. He's just ahead with Nona. Why have you brought us here, dwarf? Do you even remember? Roast mutton. I'm sorry, Nona. He's no longer aware of us. He sees only distant memories. But why? What is this body of this quiver supposed to tell me? I bet he was a burned dwarf. I saw him face many a fearsome beast, but none so deadly as that which lives beneath the earth. Did his heart quail in his chest? No, it did not. I care not for the exploits of some ancient dwarf. Did his axe hand tremble? It did not. Nona? The wounds of this quiver are still fresh. It's been dead for no longer than a week. Courage rose unbidden in his veins, and he struck the beast once, twice, 3 times. These are sword wounds, not axe wounds. In his own way, I think Nora is telling us 2 stories, not 1. I believe that a dwarf named Hervin slew a great beast beneath the mountain. But I believe too that your brother Wadu found his courage here in the depths and slew this great quiver. Wadu? Can this be true? My brother, even after the terrible things my father said to him, and even after what I said to him in my frustration, Nona trails off, staring at the body of the enormous quiver. He mastered his fear, Thormurn, and achieved a victory that even the bravest and strongest warriors of the Uch-Luth could not hope to match. And now he is gone, slain by enemies who waited in hiding for him to pass. The cowards! They were nothing compared to this great beast, but they laid him low where even it could not. My Wadu. I know you're Road's son of Elrond. That ways lies death. What did you say? Treachery. Treachery and deceit. You who walk the paths of the dead, beware. How can you know of these things? Answer me, Nora. Answer me. Second from the left? That is what I heard. Eyes slightly underdone. Oh, this is hopeless. Thormurn, can you tell me what just happened? Not a clue. How can Nor know the errand of the Grey Company, Thormurn? And more than that, how can he know my father's words to my brother and me? How can he know we were considering taking the path of the dead once we meet with Aragorn? I must tell Halberd and the other rangers of this. I think things may have just become more complicated. We must all return to Zudragun. I do not know what this means, but I fear for every answer we obtain in this place, we have received twice as many questions.
The road of the Grey Company has brought us already over field and under stone, but a gathering dread has settled upon me here in Enedwaith. Who is this dwarf now? How can he know where our road may take us? And I feel this question most sharply of all. Can we trust his words?
So, Saucier says, yeah, I like spaghetti squash too. And butternut and crookneck, fried, baked, steamed, yum. Yes, definitely yum. Squash is good. We're going to do a fun little side real quick. So, Nor. Nor is actually a role character dwarf in the compendium. Nor was the lone companion of Thor during his ill-fated attempt to reclaim Moria before Balin's attempt. They journeyed from Dunland, crossed the Redhorn Pass, and came into Anazil Bazaar before finally approaching the east gate of Moria. Nor, sensing danger, cautioned Thor to beware, but Thor did not listen to his counsel and walked proudly into Moria as its rightful heir. Nor stayed outside and hid nearby for 3 days. Then Azog, the Arch-Chief of Moria, had the decapitated body of Thor flung out onto the steps of the east gate, to which Nor was filled with horror. Azog then used Nor as a messenger, demanding that he return to his people, and warned them that beggars who dared enter Moria and attempt thieving would fare the same. Azog declared that he had killed Thor, and now he ruled Moria as king. Nor was prevented from retrieving the severed head of Thor, on which Azog had carved his own name. As a final insulting gesture, he was struck with a small pouch of coins that were of little value. As Nor fled down the silver lode, he looked back and saw that orcs had appeared out of the gates and were hacking apart the body of Thor and flinging the pieces to the black crows. Nor returned to Thrain and Dunland with the tale, which greatly angered his kindred. Soon after, as a result of this news, the war of the dwarves and orcs began. So, that is the tale of Nor. Nor indeed was a real dwarf, although by this time, I believe he's well past the age that any dwarf has lived, because Thor attempting to take back Moria happened a long time ago, which would put Nor, even at the most conservative estimates, in his 400th year. Very old for a dwarf. Still only have that one thing to tell me.
Na has often said peculiar things. It is difficult to determine what he means by them.
I do not know, Thormurn. Nor has often said peculiar things, but it is difficult sometimes to determine what he means by them. He has had an extremely long and extremely painful life, as I understand it, and only faithful Frithgeir remains now to help him continue it. These men with you, these rangers, they seem disturbed by what Nor has said. Can you ease their minds? I fear they will do him some harm, and I cannot allow that.
What can the dwarf have meant by that?
I am completely at a loss, Thormurn. How can Nor have known what Elrond said to his sons before we departed Rivendell? And what does it mean that he does that he does know it. Thormurn sighs, and you realize that he has become a familiar sound. It has become a familiar sound. He catches your look and smiles bitterly. It feels like we are mired in something we do not fully understand. We cannot afford to ignore this mystery, for it may threaten the very purpose of our journey, but what will we discover? We must take a rest in any event. We can talk this over later and hope things will be more clear.
I do not like this.
I do not like this, Thormurn. How has Thor come to know of our potential road? That Elrond advised his sons to remember the paths of the dead, for we may have need to walk them, was known to but a few, and all of them trustworthy. Something is not right about this. It will not be long before we must set out again, but in the time before we do, we must learn what we can about Nor's recent activities. There may be some clue in them to reveal the source of his knowledge concerning our errand. Speak to Frithgeir about Nor. He proved helpful in returning his friend to clarity, short-lived though it was, and may help us again.
I'm sorry he upset you. Nar means no harm.
Frithgeir listens as you recount Coronir's request to know of Nor's recent activities. His brow creases in thought, and he is silent for a moment. He speaks again, his words come slowly, as if he is unsure they will be of help. A few days before Wadu the Dunlending came to Zudragund, I noticed Nor spending a great deal of time looking through some of the bookshelves or something. I thought it odd because he generally takes little interest in the books and records here, but he did not speak of it, and I did not ask what drove his examination. I can tell you which sections of shelves it was, but there are a lot of books to go through. I do not know if that will be of any assistance, but you're welcome to seek a common thread if it may be of help to you and your friends. Look at the shelves to the southeast of here, around the illuminated statue. That must be the illuminated statue. So, we can look through some bookshelves. And you found some torn pages which seem to have undergone a great deal of use over the years. The words are very large, and every page has an illustration drawn in a fanciful style. Carrie was a little dwarf, smaller than you or me, and wherever Carrie went, he took his axe, or three. One axe for his left hand, one axe for his right, one axe to carve the roast he ate most every night. Now one day the orcs did call. They came right up to the gate. "Come on out," they said. "We'll have a feast. Don't be late." The dwarves knew what that meant. They knew it very well. If they went to see the orcs, they'd not hear the dinner bell. Do you know what Carrie said? He said it loud and clear. "I will go to see the orcs and give them things to fear." "But you're so little," said the dwarves. They told him not to go. But Carrie went. He would not stop till he faced the orcs below. The orcs laughed. "What can you do? Just hold still. We'll get the skewers." They turned their backs, and that was that. So we call him Carrie our Cure. Cute poem. Nonsensical, but cute. He found a parchment, yellowed and old, tucked away between the covers of a thin book and apparently forgotten. "Hail, Thrain King under the mountain. Preparations for leaving the Coombe are well underway, and it will not be long before our people are ready to depart for the Blue Mountains. The great wheels in the depths will turn without them. I wonder for how long. I am writing this letter to express my concern about Nor. You know as well as anyone the things he has seen, and his service to your father cannot be questioned. He deserves much better than he has gotten. He seems not even to see me these days, though I must endure the retelling my own exploits 2, 4, or a dozen years in the past. Makes me sad to think of it now. And his excitement in each recounting, the previous one forgotten, saddens me all the more. This is why I must ask your permission to remain when the others go. Nor will not go to the Blue Mountains, and I wish to stay here to look out for him. My son, too, wishes to stay. He is young and knows nothing of our real home. This to him is no exile, but the Blue Mountains would be. I do not want to deprive Frithgeir of the only home he has known. I will do whatever you command, of course, but this is my desire, if it be your wish to grant it. Hervin Drakeslayer. So, Hervin, the one that Nor keeps talking about, was a friend of Nor. And Frithgeir was Hervin's son. And they both stuck around to take care of Nor, who refused to leave when the dwarves left here to go to the Blue Mountains. Kind of a solitary existence even for dwarves. A slim book. Herbs and Plant Life of a Coombe is resting atop several others, as if it had recently been removed and carelessly returned to a shelf. It is my hope that these musings on the great variety of plant life found within the coombe will be of help to those who, by want or need, find themselves uncertain of an herb's utility or a vegetable's properties. It is clear that such knowledge is fading in my people. Farrar has commanded the opening of a new wing in the mines beneath Gudrugund, but my own studies have been, of a necessity, self-directed. I do not complain. The gems they have taken from the old wing stir my heart as much as they do any of my fellows, but there is as much to be learned from the green as there is from the stone. But I ramble, as I often do when called upon to defend my interest. This is followed by several pages of notes on various plants that grow on the slopes of Forest Coombe. One of the pages has been turned sideways and earmarked and catches your eye. This next herb is easily found throughout the coombe. Simply follow your nose, and on a day of calm weather, its sweet smell will guide you most easily to patches of pool arras, growing on the grassy slopes. The name, in fact, means sweet water, and the Dunlending with whom I have spoken believe the smell to drive away evil beings. When the herb is crushed and added to water containing the petals of the Nergum Baju and the fruit of the Kibbaluz, steeping the solution for an hour produces a strange smelling brew that I have noted for its ability to provide clarity of thought and heightened reasoning. It does seem that the effectiveness dulls with repeated use, and the brew should therefore not be overused. I think it has been overused over the years because apparently it does not work very well on Nor at all. I saw a children's rhyme in the book.
Kari or Kuar? That is one of Frithgeir's favorite stories. How did it go?
Harry was a little dwarf, smaller than you or me. Nor smiles happily, lost in his memories. After a moment, his brow creases. Everyone has gone away now. Banner, Herolf, even Herman has gone. Travelers sometimes come by and share a friendly word, but it has been a while since the last. As quickly as the mood came upon him, it passes, like a swift storm cloud. So we call him Carry Archewer. I saw a letter from Hervin.
Hervin? He's around here somewhere.
He was going to see off the Worgon. Oh, there you are. All went well, I take it. Good, good. Pull over a chair and we will sing a song of days gone by. When I was a boy, I knew the sound of stone, and the hammers in the deep did ring. Were you reading about plant lore?
The longer it cooks, the tougher it will be.
First thing you need to remember, friend, is that the longer it cooks, the tougher it will be. Let it taste the fire, but not for too long. Frithgeir, come tell Herluf what you said to me about the chops last night. I don't know where he is. Sad they were the most tender he's tasted, and washed them right down. Would have had more, he would, if I but to keep the fire going. Herbs, you say? Yes, I reason them with a blend of herbs, just to taste. Frithgeir knows a fair bit about herbs and plants. Runs in his family, he says.
You have brought the gemstones? Good, good. These will do very nicely.
He seems not to realize that you have brought no gemstones. This is going about as well as you expected. That poem is cute, though. I like that one. I don't know if that is actually in Tolkien's works, or if that's something that the Turbine team created themselves. Either way, it's a cute poem.
Nar's words remain as cloudy as ever. It was worth trying.
You should go to Candaith at the campsite of the Grey Company in a grove of trees east of Uch-Luth village of Lanark, and tell him that we are no closer to learning why Nor spoke of the past of the dead. Candaith is a master of lore and may have thoughts of something. I can't help but feel really bad for Nor. Everything he's gone through. I guess at the very least, a couple of the dwarves did stay behind with him. And it sounds like it wasn't just Frithgeir and his father. There may have been one or two others that stayed with him that have long since passed. Like the cook he keeps talking about. It seems now it's just the two of them. Now, when Miss Medriel was captured in Isengard, I could have sworn that at one point Thormurn mentions Nor and says something about having dealt with him now that his usefulness was now that he had no use to Saruman anymore. Which suggests that Saruman, one, used Nor somehow to spy on them, and two, Saruman either killed or had Nor killed. I hope not. I hope that was just more lies from Saruman's lips. We have probably pissed off so many mobs. I know we just pissed off that one. He's chasing us right now. And we pissed off a couple more. And another one. And look, it's a wolf. I don't know if we'll aggro or not. But you can definitely tell when we hit the scene. For a couple seconds after we hit it, you don't see any landscape clutter. And then all of a sudden you get hit with a bunch of it. That one was funny. Like, whoa! Nice little copse of trees. A convenient instance pool. And Dunedain.
The mystery of Nar's knowledge must remain unsolved for a time yet.
You have spoken with the dwarf nor again to no avail. I see. Will he not tell us how he knows of the words of Elrond? Will he not tell us how he knows of the past of the dead? It seems the mystery must remain unsolved for a time yet. Dunedain sighs, thinking, you know the story of the Oathbreakers and the past of the dead. Perhaps a recounting of that tale is in order, and you will be more familiar with the puzzle set before us. Do you wish to hear it?
I will tell you the tale of the Oathbreakers.
After the destruction of Numenor in the Second Age, Elendil and his sons came to Middle-earth, and he knew they had to start anew or perish. And so the kingdoms of Arnor and Gondor were founded, Arnor in the north and Gondor in the south. At the hill of Eresh, in the kingdom of Gondor, Isildur set a great black stone that was brought out of Numenor before its downfall. It is said the stone stands there still, unchanged, even as it was in the latter years of the Second Age. That is where and when our story begins. And that is going to be another session play, which we're not going to do at the moment because, well, it will take a little bit of time and kind of out of time. But, let's see. We're going to head back into Lanuk. First thing I'm going to do is check my bags, which were not as horrible as usual, but that's a recipe I don't know. I know that one already. I always look for, like, I always sit there going, is it a new recipe? Is it a new... Nah. Well, shoot. It's supposed to be a new recipe. But I guess there's only so many recipes you can get before you start getting a whole bunch of repeats. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I should probably be holding on to the reputation items, considering reputation is so precious to get here, but for the moment, whole bunch of other stuff, which includes Oh, that's right. We got that as a quest reward, which we could throw out. But for now, take a look. We are up to 94 steel tokens. Gonna make a quick side trip to Bree. And go to that festival vendor that trades in steel tokens and see what she has for us. Because why not? Does Thormurn even have any anniversary tokens? Well, 4? Not enough to get anything, but he has a couple. Maybe while I've got him in here, once we're done, I'll actually take him through a festival run or two. Get him a few tokens. Maybe get him something nice. Who knows? Not that he's got space for it, but... maybe it'll be something nice that doesn't take up space. Did we get some more LOTRO points? Like we did. Quest item. Bring the note to Gronu at his camp. We'll look at that later. Oh, we did make another 5 LOTRO points. So yay for that. This is the lady who you trade the steel tokens.
For something, friend?
So, we got some things here. We got some Baker's Delight fireworks, which are consumables. You get 5 of them for 10 tokens. Green Dragon Inn fireworks, also consumables. Incandescent Lightning fireworks. Soaring Pinwheel fireworks. Willow fireworks. These are all consumables that you would use, and some of these will probably start a deed. If you use enough of them, then you get to a permanent emote. Some of these things do. Fireworks. So, we have fireworks recipes which are done by scholars. Yellow, green, blue, purple, orange, red. They cost 10 steel tokens apiece. I'll have to get those for Thormurn. He'll need quite a number more of these tokens then. We got some cosmetics, simple hauberk, plain, and a bandit hauberk. So we've got the simple one. He does not look that bad on him. Kind of surprised. How does it die? It doesn't die that well though. Only the top portion and the sleeves die. Everything else stays the same. Really annoying. Plain. And it is plain as it says. Is it gonna die the same way? Nope, this one dies in the chest piece, but not in the arms and shoulder. A little better, still not great. Bandit. Yeah, that one's kind of neat. How does this one die? Okay, now out of all of them, this one actually does the best. Not sure I would get it for Thormurn. Maybe if he had some spare tokens after he gets anything else he wants. But at least it dies properly. Got a rugged dwarf mate quiver. Like he should get. Is that a back? That's got to be a back item. It is. It dies, but very, very subtly. really feel like I want to get him back. But there's also a fancy elven quiver. As you can see, it's very fancy and very elven. But not for Thormurn. If I got him anything, it's going to be the dwarf one. Then there's just a plain old rugged quiver, which I'm assuming is supposed to be the man version. Like a basic quiver of arrows. Circlet of man, turquoise summer circlet. But a man. I think I've seen this so many times, I'm sick of it. Okay. Can't remember what we used to get that out of, but we used to get that out of some box. The turquoise summer circlet, which would look much better on, I don't know, Miss Medriel or Miss Marceline or perhaps Sistola. I actually kind of like what he's wearing already. A short dwarf make robe. Nah. I mean, nah. Short ranger's robe. Again, no. Was it long sleeve dress? I don't think so. We're not putting him in any dresses. Common short sleeve tunic and trousers. Well, if he wants to look like a hobo, this is definitely the outfit to go for. Oh my goodness. Short sleeve corsair tunic and trousers. Now this is more, I don't know. Get this for Marceline if I want her to be an actual pirate. Common waistcoat. Yep. Fancy waistcoat. Nope. Of course there's hauberk. That's okay. Guild hauberk. Better. Still only okay. Mariner's hauberk. Still only okay. Fine dwarf make quiver. Okay. Hold on. I actually like this one even better than the other dwarf make quiver. Yay, dinner served. Country fried steak, mushroom, onion gravy, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Oh, sounds good. Alright, so let's see. Think? Yeah, definitely gonna have to look about getting that one for him. Dwarf make circlet. Now that looks good on him. That is right and proper. And of course, it is dwarf. So that's something else. We could get him. Short elven robe, short fancy robe, more cosmetics. Some, box of festival tokens. We could trade our spring leaves for some anniversary tokens. We could trade some fall festival tokens. I have to see about doing a little bit of that, but that's what's available from that vendor. Like I said, I think I'm going to leave Thormurn here, maybe get him a little festival stuff going on, get him a couple things, so that he'll have them for next time. Drive-by, did you home cook it yourself? Saucier would like to know. And of course, Drive-by has reminded me that I have not eaten supper yet, so I would like to go do that. Before I do, let me thank everybody that stopped by this evening. First and foremost, thank you to Drive-by who popped in and let me know everything looked good and tormented me with lots of food. Thank you to Saucier who came in late. Doesn't matter. I am always happy to have you here. and fully self-made, drive-by replies. But yeah, always happy to have you here. And for everybody else who popped in and out or stuck around and didn't say anything, well, you're also very much appreciated. And thank you. But next time, say hi. I promise I don't bite. Now, tomorrow, we should be doing a little bit of, I cannot remember what. Oh yes, Oblivion Remastered. Although the last time we were doing some really boring quests. We'll see. Thursday, we will be back with Thormurn as he continues in Enedwaith. And if you don't want to miss all the fun, and you haven't already, and let me ask you, why haven't you? Well, you know what to do. All those fun clicky things the website wants you to do. Yeah. But, for now, everyone, thank you. I really appreciate you all. Have a wonderful night. Have a great Wednesday. And until next time, bye for now.